What's up? How you guys doing in Shredland? All right, so we brought you smothered steak sandwiches. I said, woo. We brought you smothered steak sandwiches, and we brought a spinach dip that's actually been pinned on Pinterest. We're kind of excited because it's like, hey,
kind of a big deal.
People, yeah, like one pin. So nice. It's like one person Pinterest. Big ups to you. You know who you are. So, anyways, we did the smothered steak sandwiches, so we thought this time, let's do smothered cheeseburgers. So, found this, again, this is from Clean Eating with a couple changes that we thought would be a little bit better to keep it even more clean. And so, check it out. Here's everything you're going to need. You're going to need about a pound of lean ground beef. We go to Henry's. Sprouts now out here. You're going to need chili powder, about a, what, tablespoon? Teaspoon of chili powder. You need 1 red bell pepper, sliced and diced.
Thinly sliced.
You need some lettuce. We're using romaine. You need a tomato sliced thinly. You need reduced fat Swiss cheese. You need a white onion, completely diced up nice and thin.
It's about 2 tablespoons of minced white onion.
Okay.
And about 3 tablespoons of the Italian leaf parsley. Oh, he's dumping it.
You need a thing of mushrooms that you're going to cook. You need a couple teaspoons of olive oil. You need black pepper, salt to taste. And then one of the things that we're doing that's different is we don't use the buns. We use Ezekiel bread. If you don't know about Ezekiel bread, get out of the hole you're living in and get some sprouted bread because it's awesome. So Ezekiel bread, way to go. You can get it at any Whole Foods type of store. Okay.
They actually sell at the grocery store in the frozen area. And I just discovered a little sea salt.
She's still big on the sea salt.
I'm big on the sea salt. We did talk about it last time. I've learned even more about it. However, and I'll share that maybe in the post, they're big enough for me to be able to grind it, so no more table salt for me.
But a lot of sea salt on our counters.
Sea salt.
And now on our floors. So, here we go. So, Lindsay, you want to take me to the first part?
All right, so this is the fun part. I'm going to take my wedding ring off because I don't really want any raw beef getting caught up in there. So, you're going to take your pound of beef. Thank you. And you're going to add it to a bowl.
Add it to a bowl. That was step 1. It was good. You did well with that step.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah,
all right.
Awesome.
Then you're going to add in your Italian parsley and your onions. Okay. And then I'm going to add the teaspoon of chili powder.
We don't really measure too well, though. We typically go for taste.
That was a lot.
I like that.
You do like more chili powder?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to add in some sea salt.
And some black pepper, right?
And some black pepper.
We had a really cool grinder for our black pepper, too.
Just like this.
But we have sons, and one of them thought it was cool to play with it, and he broke it.
It's not a toy, people. It's
so
not a toy.
We did I like pepper. I think pepper adds a lot without adding a lot to, to the, I don't know. I don't know.
You just added a lot of black pepper.
Yes. So while she's doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to mix it. You're going to get it all nice and mixed in really good, just with your hand. You don't need to do anything other than that. Just mix it. And then you're going to do it into equal patties. We're actually only going to make 3 patties today. But you're going to mix it because we actually didn't do a full pound because one of our boys isn't eating with us tonight. So, just a side note, one of our boys is going to be Annie. Pretty excited for him.
CYT production of Annie.
What? So, anyways, you're going to mix it and you're going to do into 3, for you 4, equal sized patties. Okay? And so they should be about a quarter pound each. And then once you do, there you go.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. And then you're going to put those onto a broiler safe pan and cover them and put them in the fridge. So while they're in the fridge, you're going to get a teaspoon of olive oil heated up. A teaspoon of olive oil heated up. And you're going to take your mushrooms. Come with me if you will. Hold on.
Sorry, I would, but I'm still working my magic over here.
You're going to take your mushrooms. Come on, let's go. Oops. Hi. You're going to take your mushrooms in your heated pan, and you're going to cook them. Okay? I know it's kind of weird to see this, but you're going to cook them. Get them nice and brown, nice and brown. All right, so we got done with the patties. They're ready to go. And then what we're doing is we cook the mushrooms like I told you. Cook them for about 8 minutes till they're nice and brown. Take them out, add another teaspoon of olive oil, and then we add our red bell peppers. They're going to cook for about 4 minutes, just until they get tender. Notice my cast iron skillet. I think everything tastes better when it's cooked in the cast iron skillet. That's just me. You can do it your way. Okay? Then, one thing we didn't tell you about is that this is an onion-filled dish. So if you don't like onions, you may not like this. But, you got onions in your burger, right? Well, you also have onions that we didn't tell you about. We add another onion sliced, about a half cup, sliced in nice thin circles. And after these are done, in another 1 minute or so, what we're going to do is we're going to add them. Now, we're doing red onions. You can do white onions. You can do yellow onions. I like red onions. I think when red onions are grilled or cooked, I think they have a better flavor. Actually, I think they're way more mild and much more sweet. So I like a red onion. That's just me, but you can do anything you want to do. So these have been cooking for about 4 minutes. So we're going to add in our red onions, just like that. Just add them to the mix. And you're going to do those for another 4 minutes, okay? So you do all this pretty soon. So we've got our mushrooms, they're done. We've got our red bells, they're cooking. And we've got, for us, our red onions, they're cooking. Once these are done, you're going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper on top of that. And Lindsay likes me to use the sea salt, so we're going to do sea salt. Okay, and I like the flavor, so I tend to really salt things up. Let me grab my pepper. I won't add as much pepper this time because I did add a lot of pepper to the burgers. So just a little bit, maybe I'd say half a teaspoon there. And then mix that all in, let it continue to cook, and once that's done, we're going to head over and we're going to broil our burgers.
All right, we are back and our vegetables are done. So your vegetables should look as gorgeous as ours.
Good luck with that. We make a gorgeous vegetable.
We do. Okay.
And then also what we've been doing, you're going to put yours in the broiler about 10 inches from the, or you do it on the grill, but 10 inches from the broiler if you do it in the broiler. And you're going to want to cook it about 8 minutes, just until basically the pink is gone. It's 160 is, I believe, what you're supposed to have it done. What we do is, Lindsay, if you'll show them.
Yep.
What we do is we cook ours in our new way because the grease drips down, gets rid of the grease, and it cooks a little faster. It's less energy used. We're pretty much green people, and so that's a lie. So anyways, here's the things that we do different in ours. Number one, we're using toasted Ezekiel bread, the sprouted. It's good, really good. Number two, we like to have sauces. We're sauce people. But Lindsay and I have decided the best sauce is hummus, flavored hummus. So we use, this one's an avocado, cilantro.
No,
yes.
it's just jalapeno cilantro.
It's just jalapeno cilantro. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hummus. And then I like a little extra minced garlic in mine. Just gives it a little extra kick. So I'm going to spread that on mine since we are making mine. So it's a tablespoon of hummus. And I just did like, I don't know, 1/4 of a teaspoon of minced garlic. Just enough to give it a pop. Makes it a little extra spicy too.
You're just going to start to layer basically that.
Yep. There's
right
your
there.
cheeseburger, folks.
All your stuff. Smothered cheeseburgers, totally clean. You got the lean ground beef. You got the hummus is clean. Onions, tomatoes, bell peppers.
Let me take a bite. You're talking.
You got the Ezekiel bread and then the reduced fat
I made it messy. Ready?
cottage or reduced fat sweet cheese.
Oh my gosh. That's money. Oh, so good.
See, when you're living clean, you don't have to feel guilty. All right, go make something good.
Here's the thing. We were chatting about how interesting it was that like 0 fat and grease had dripped off of our burgers while they were cooking.
Yeah,
and I thought,
we're like, wow, this
is really, really good lean ground beef.
It's not that good beef.
And we were wondering, well, that's kind of weird, you know, it didn't really like cook up and it's just a little interesting. So,
you want to know why it was so lean? You want to know why there was no grease? Because we also have another variation of this recipe that you can try, which we tried tonight. Didn't even know it. We grabbed our own package. This was our ground chicken package. So it tastes delicious. These are now called smothered chicken burgers. Who knew? So there you go.
They're still cheeseburgers.
Mommy Wonderland, her crazy husband, we together came up with a whole new variation. It's called smothered chicken burgers. So you can do it either way, chicken or beef. What's for dinner?
You know, the chicken's really delicious.
All right.
The ground beef. probably will be amazing.